Hello and welcome back to Let's Stream Breath of Fire 3, I believe. Yeah, I'm doing 3 right now. I normally don't stream this often because, I said I was going to take a break from it. And I probably will, but honestly, I kind of want to get the Fairy Village go ahead and finished. Presumably, at least. Again, not going to be doing much in the way of plot this time. Just go fish off the Fairy Village. It probably won't take very long, though. Like, I've almost got everything completed. At least in terms of unlocking shit. So, that's good to know. I mean, we'll see what happens, but, like, with the way I'm speeding through battles here, it probably won't take very long. Although battles don't seem to go as quick if you're on the overworld. If you go over here in Cedar Woods, they tend to go faster. Because you only get, like, one creature most of the time. Yeah, you only get, like, one creature, so it goes faster. Hold on a second, my thing decided to do whatever, and I don't want to do that. There we go. Yeah, like, I stopped hosting Hawkeye because he's in the middle of, like finishing up his stream, I think. Is he still streaming? Yes, he's still streaming, but probably not for too much longer. If he's streaming, then I tend to wait until I feel he's almost done before I start streaming. But, like, yeah, we're not going to be doing too much this time, though. Because I'm going to be taking a break from this game before I do any of the other major storyline stuff, because I've actually been working on this game, streaming it, for a couple of weeks now, trying to get a lot of stuff done in it, and the burnout is starting to feel kind of real at this point. The game does get a lot better at this point, though, I will say. Like, things start feeling like they're improving a lot. The Child Ryu stuff is basically like a precursor to what you're gonna deal with later. Very much getting your feet wet and getting you used to how things operate. When you become adult Ryu, the gloves are off. Like, you start getting to some really challenging shit. Like, if anything challenges you when you're Child Ryu, then you really need to level up. Like, get master skills, enemy skills, maybe do a little more fishing. Come prepared, because this part of the game can wreck your shit fairly easily if you are unaware of what to deal with. I mean, what you're dealing with. I mean, you really gotta know what you're dealing with here. A couple more battles should do it. I'm thinking long term here. And after Breath of Fire 3, I'm going to do part 1 of Saga Frontier, I think. Because I have decided that's going to be cut it apart. Like, there's several different characters you play as in that game, and I'm not going to be doing them all at once. I'm going to be doing one character's playthrough, playing another game for a while, going back to the game, do another character, etc. Because that game can get repetitive kind of quickly if you're going to do everything at once. And you don't want that to be the case, believe me. Let's playing it in the past has pretty much taught me that lesson. Yeah, my commentary, or lack thereof, started to become really bad by the time I got done with, like, my third character. There's only so much you can really talk about with those campaigns, so it's good to take a break between them. Yeah, I think that's enough battling for now. I don't know if I did any off-screen fighting or not. I'm not sure. I could probably turn this up a little bit. Discover new work. Oh, that's it? Huh. Well. So, no new culture. Got a new job. Music! Okay. So we have 8 unlocked so far. We still have a couple more left. But we're rounding down on that. Don't know if culture is maxed out or not. I'm gonna wait till I get all my jobs. And then we'll just see what happens from there. But it won't be long now, guys, before I will have unlocked like a lot of different things. I am really thankful for speed up in this game, I will say. Like, if it's not obvious, I love using it because it makes a lot of the more trivial parts of the game go a lot faster. Plus, it speeds up the combat considerably anyway, allowing you to get a move on. Which has certainly helped save time in a lot of dungeons, I will say. Oh yeah, that helps. But yeah, Saga Frontier will be one of those that won't take me too long to beat. It's if you're just doing one campaign at a time, it's pretty short, especially if you off-screen a lot of like stuff like grinding and whatnot. And I'll be off-screening a lot of that because it takes a while to get strong in that game. But it is a fun game, though, and I wouldn't mind showing it off. A lot of people did give me compliments on how the Dragon Warrior randomizer went, like that one episode. Yeah, they actually did enjoy a lot of that. So, that's nice to know. And by a lot of people, I mean the few people that actually watch my stuff, but, you know, I'm still fairly new to the whole streaming thing, comparatively, so I don't really mind that there's only a few people that watch me. I wouldn't mind having more, but, you know, I'm going to be thankful for what I've got. I'm not going to be whiny about, oh, I don't have, like, 100 subscribers or whatnot, like, what's taking them so long. Nah. Now, one thing I do have to comment on, I will say, like, apparently 4 years have passed between the transition from child Ryu to adult Ryu, and both Nina and Ryu look considerably older than what 4 years should have done for them, because they were fairly young children, or at least that's what they looked like, before the transition. And when you see them again, they're like these fully grown, like, teenage, young adult, like, designs. Like, what the hell? I mean, Ryu I can kind of buy because they wanted to make him look heroic and stuff. But there ain't no way I'm buying, like, Nina's change because I'm just like, yeah, no. She gained, like, a whole 2 or 3 feet in terms of design, and yeah, if you saw her official design, like her official artwork, yeah, bullshit. That's like an 18-year-old woman, or like 19-year-old or 20, not a freaking 14-year-old. Like, come on. Like, just be a little bit realistic with this. Like, I'm not buying this for a second. I mean, she looks good, don't get me wrong, but she's not 14. I refuse to believe it. Now, the information I'm going by is from the official strategy guide, from, I think, Brady Games, and they have been known to be wrong before in their strategy guides. I mean, oh, Prima, excuse me, not Brady Games, but Prima. And they also said in their guide that you could beat Bailey and Sunder when you first meet them in the woods, so maybe the info isn't exactly accurate in that guide. Because I don't think anywhere in the game it specifies just how many years took place. I could check the instruction manual, perhaps, but I really don't think that it specifies anything like that, so... I do remember reading that in the guide and thinking, yeah, that doesn't sound believable. Like, at all. But since I have no other basis to go by, I have to reference that as being canon. And in that case, it just sounds stupid. Of course, for all I know, that could just be an American thing. Like, oh, well, she's really supposed to be 18, but they decided to make her 14. Because that makes sense. But it's not like it'd be the first time I've seen American localization change stupid shit just for the sake of trying to make it more acceptable for an American audience. Although in this case, I think it would just make it really creepy. Because let's be honest, Nina in both Breath of Fire 3 and 4 is categorized as either being cute or sexy to sexy looking, attractive, depending on the game in question. Because they also did the same thing in Breath of Fire 1, where you start off with like a younger Nina and then she becomes an adult later. But, in that game, her design actually made a lot more sense. In this game, when they do it, like I really wonder how many years have actually taken place, though. Because it doesn't feel like much has really changed. At least not too much. Because, like, when you, this is spoiling a little bit, but when you go back to Rapala, Bade and Shadis have, like, a kid at this point, and it's still an infant, like very young, probably no older than 1 or 2. So unless it took them a while to actually having a child, then not that much time could really have passed. Meaning that we're expected to believe that Ryu and Nina essentially matured this much in just 2 or 3 years at most, if we're really going by that as an example here. Which, yeah, I don't buy it. Very, very big plot hole in regards to that. Because it just doesn't measure up. Discover new work again. Okay. So I'm not getting any new culture upgrades or anything, so I'm assuming it's maxed out. Not that culture really means that much at this point. Oh, Casino! I forgot that Casino was in this game. I forget what the casino games are, but that is a job I forgot to mention to Hawkeye during that stream. I think it's the only one I forgot, though. We still have yet to unlock the best one, in my honest opinion, so we still have to work on that. But, okay, this is jobs, and this is culture. I'll wait just a little bit longer, though, just in case. Because I think that I can't just farm the shit out of this. Also, the shops, I guess, are completed at this point, for the ones that I've unlocked so far. So I might actually be switching some of those ferries onto new jobs. You only need one for them to actually sell you stuff. Having extra ferries just makes them gain inventory faster. And if that's the case, then there's really no point in keeping them around. They're pretty much wasting their time there. So that's nice to know that you only need one ferry to run the shops. Now, not all the shops I'm going to be keeping around, however. I'm basically just showing off the inventory. I'm going to get what I need from some of these shops, and let that be that. But yeah, we are rounding down on showing off all the jobs and maxing out the culture. At that point, it's just me showing off what all the jobs do and how effective they are. The gift shop is definitely something that's going to be sticking around for a while. It's one of the best things to do in the Fairy Village, because they can give you a lot of neat stuff. Showing it off will take a little while, though. Like showing everything they can give you. Because it's battle-based, and in order to get the best thing from there, I think you need about 200 battles under your belt. Like once the gift shop opens up, you need to fight like 200 battles in order for them to give you the best thing. It is pretty great, though, to have, I will say. I also need to give Shadow Walk to Ray. I forgot to do that before, since he's going to be sticking around for a while. People will say just use Were-Tiger with, like, command, or whatever it's called. Because it's stronger in general. But to use Were-Tiger, you always have to have someone using command. And I think that's a waste of a turn, that honestly Shadow Walk would just be more effective. Ray doesn't get much of the way of MP, or AP, I mean, but he gets enough. Oh, over time, I mean. By the time he's like level 30, he's gonna have like 50 or so, I do believe, and that's gonna help out a lot. So I'm totally okay with that. Plus, AP won't really be a problem anyway once I'm done, because I have a plan. I'm sure I'm getting a lot of item drops from these guys. I know generally higher level you are, generally the higher the drop rate is for items. It has a hidden like stat integrated into the game, which increases every time you level up. This affects your strength, your defense, your intelligence overall. It's kind of like an amplifier for it. But another thing it affects is item steals and item drops too. Like, it increases your chance of that. Discover new work again. This has to be the thing I'm thinking of. What else could it be? Plus, I'm running out of spots for it to be located at anyway. There it is. Beautiful. The copy shop. This will let you make copies of items you've already gotten. Just about anything. It's one of the best things in the game, because you can make copies of things like vitamins or magic shards or any stat up item, really. Wisdom fruit, moon tears. I think you can even do fish if you want. Like, if you don't want to go out fishing for something, you can duplicate that too, I think. And stuff like ivory dice even. And if you really want to make the game easy, duplicate lots of these and watch as bosses just give you level up upon level up upon level up. Since you can use up to 3 of these per fight, I think they stack, so you can get a lot of experience that way. It's pretty great. I think I might try that with the brandy when it gets to that. I'm gonna check on my shops and see if they're all completed. But yeah, I think culture is maxed out, so we're gonna be making those into shops. Or not shops, but other things to show off. Yeah, I think these are all done. I can't think of even... Okay, so they do tell you. Well, when it's done, okay. Okay, that's cool. I appreciate the fact that they tell you when they're done with something. What? I can't think of any more jobs. Huh, weird. They say the same thing regardless. Why? They're not both jobs, are they? No, it's culture. Huh. Okay, whatever. So, I'll go ahead and show off the fortune and antiques. May as well, right? Yeah, they kind of just give you random hints. Well, I'm looking forward to the west. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, they do give you just random hints about stuff you're gonna be running into. It's not too important, but it's something. Yes, they will. So, let's see. I think all this time we've been holding on to the marbles. Which, yeah, sells for a lot. The plate still doesn't sell for much, really. Gems. 200. Okay. And we have the old painting. Holy crap! Well, I got some money now. So that's cool. But yeah, if there's anything rare that you come across, you can come and sell it here. That's pretty much all it's really used for, though. This is why I'd like to see a Dragon Tier. Dragon Tier is kind of... the rarest of, like, rare antiques, and I forget how you get that. This is, for a long time, gonna be her most rarest staff. Gives a lot of intelligence, has a decent amount of power to it, and generally is just something you should keep on her at all times. Protectors are pretty good, but I need a lot of money, man. Like, if I want all of this stuff, I'm gonna need a lot of money. So I'm gonna be off-screening a lot of that. I'm also gonna be getting some balance rings. And a couple more dream rings, because, yeah, that'd be kind of nice to have around if I need it. I will say. Talisman would be nice too, honestly. In case I run into any instant death shenanigans later on in the game. Multivitamins I don't care as much about, because if I'm going to be using healing items, it's probably going to be something that heals the entire party, not just one person. Plus, we've seen Borandi, the fish, now, which seems to be a full heal anyway. So, it's really not that big of a problem. Let's see what this shop is like. Protection versus death attacks here too. I really don't see the difference between the two, except one is just pricier than the other. Versus defense versus psionic attacks. I still don't know what those are. I'm going to assume it means debuffs, since I don't know what else it could mean. Protection versus confusion. Yeah, like... I don't think I need to keep the other one around then, because I think that one sells generally better than the other one does. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and buy 2 talismans, and yeah, I think that's all I really care about from this. Raises defense versus stats change. Okay, I'll buy 3 of these 2. Just so I can get rid of this, because nothing else I really care about. High boots and time belt I can get elsewhere, and I really don't need to worry about anything else. Although I will buy a few more Panicias, just in case. Although I need to keep... I'm not really sure which is which, though. But, yeah, there we go. It's this one I need to get rid of, correct? Yeah. Although I don't even think I need to worry about that for the time being. I don't even think you need multiple fairies at these. Like, maybe it's useful in Fortune, but why would you want to keep multiple ones in the antique shop? I mean, they give you a hint about the Dragon's Tier, but other than that, what's the point? But we have shown off the Fortune and Antique, so I can go ahead and get rid of those. I'll show off the end for what it's worth, but it's pretty simple. Now we have in and music. Tanzania Night to stay. About the only reason that this is more helpful is that you can get to it virtually anywhere in the game, almost, and it's only Tanzania Night. Which I suppose is convenient, but still, it's not worth taking up a space just to have an inn, unless you really need one. Now this is basically a sound test. You only have one song to start off with, but as time goes on, they'll have a lot more songs to play. The more fairies you have here, the faster they'll learn them, but it's really not that big of a problem. Yeah, the rest is pretty much self-explanatory. So yeah, it's time to go back to doing some fighting. The fairy village is pretty great, though. Unfortunately, we're probably not going to be using Ray for too much longer, because in order to do the next dungeon, you have to have Momo with you to do a lot of stuff. So we're going to be using her some more. Yeah, Momo is still going to be kind of a reoccurring character in this game, since there's a lot of moments in the game where you have to use her in order to do mechanically minded things that other characters cannot do. I used to hate this because it meant I had to have a weaker character in my team, and I always felt like I was a two-person party with a straggler pretty much taking up the third spot. But now that I've actually used Momo a lot more and trained her up and actually gave her decent skills, she's actually not near as a hindrance. As a matter of fact, I kind of like having her around sometimes. She can be a lot more useful than you'd think. It's actually nice to know that. Wait, you can drop a Swallow Eye sometimes? Really? Wow. That's nice. Now, I think when it comes to item drops, I think every enemy can drop up to 2 things. At least I think so. It's hard to really say. Oh wow, Hawkeye is still streaming. Man, he's doing it late tonight. But, yeah. And just like normal, I'm going to keep Nina in my team at all times, unless there are moments where I can't. Which there aren't many. Like, there's only a few times where you can't have Nina in your team. Like when you lost all your party members and you were in the Donna Mine. But, like, there's only a few moments where you can't use her. And I'm totally okay with that, because I like using Nina in my team a lot. She's probably not the best character in the game in terms of like gameplay and whatnot, but still, she is what I call a secondary main character. So I like having her in the team.
Say hello, Robert.
My mom brought in the cat.
It's a house for the Bicky. For the Bicky. It's a mouse. It's a mouse, little big guy.
Nah.
What you do, little big guy? Come on. What you doing? Oh. See Robert's bed? It's your Robert's bed. It's a dance. Is Robert playing a game, huh?
Yeah. I'm actually, yeah, you can say hi to people while they're listening.
Oh, hey.
I'm showing off the Furry Village on Breath of Fire 3.
Come on. Come on. Hey, everybody. Okay. Is there another?
I'm streaming. There's no one actually, that's who I'll be talking to me.
Okay, let's go. Dear Robert, bye-bye. He's so silly. Come on. You got to go in.
My mom was just bringing the cat into my room for a change. Because I usually keep my door closed so that the cats don't bite my wires for like all my video game systems and whatnot that I have plugged up. That would be kind of bad. Especially for some of these older systems where it's hard to find cords for those anymore. Okay. Got new merchandise. Okay, cool. Also, new songs. They didn't really say that, though. So 5 new songs already. Wow. Yeah, you get songs pretty quick. And I only have 2 fairies there, too, to actually learn. Okay, so this is the same shop. That's the same? Okay, where's the new shops at? Okay, these are all the same. Like, where's the... Oh, wait, here we go. Let's see. Berries, beef jerky, clothing, claim nicotine. The angling rod. Yes, this is one of the more rare items you can get from the fairy shops. It's not as good as the deluxe rod, but it does have the most range. So if you really don't like waiting around for fish to come into more closer waters, then for lacking in power, you can go ahead and go with a rat. I wouldn't recommend it, though. Royal Dagger. That's good for Ray, but... where's his chance of beating enemies? Why would you ever want that? You can buy Napalms here, too. Well, that's interesting. And Flame Chrism. You know, in case you still want that. What about this other shop over here, though? What do you have? Berries, beef jerky, taser, and tiger claws. Well, you'd think that would go to Ray, but it doesn't. Yeah, that one's gonna take a while. Still, we are getting there pretty quick. I forget how many songs there are in the sound test, but I have noticed that for Breath of Fire 3, there are actually certain songs that aren't in like the sound test, which I thought was kind of crappy, but apparently some songs didn't quite make it in. So for those, you'd have to like go on YouTube or something to listen to those, because you're not gonna find them in the game. At least not in the sound test. So that's certainly a problem. You do have most of the songs on there though once it's completed. So that is nice. At least this game gives you a sound test option, unlike most RPGs that don't. Personally, I think a sound test should be something that most RPG developers should at least consider putting in the game, because there are a lot of connoisseurs of RPG music, and they'd be doing themselves a favor by doing that. I know some companies don't do it just so they can charge for an actual soundtrack, but I think we live in an age where that's kind of a scummy practice nowadays, and most fans expect sound test to be more something that should be acceptable for RPGs these days. I kind of have a problem with them making soundtracks, like for people to actually buy, but a sound test in-game should still be an option. This isn't like the late 90s where soundtracks were like the only way that we could, legally at least, listen to like video game music decently. And let's face it, soundtracks can be pretty expensive sometimes. Like they charge about $29 to $39.99 for some soundtracks. And that is really outrageous when it's almost the cost of a game. Maybe not so much anymore, but that's how much some games used to cost. That's pretty bad. So, I do appreciate that. Of course, there's a lot of things with Breath of Fire 3 that I do appreciate, like the fact that the game actually has a creative way to customize your characters, rather than just have them be staunch, like, character builds. Like Nina being just a mage, or Ray just being a speedster. The Master System is very good for that. It pretty much lets you customize them slightly past their niche, which is definitely nice to know. I mean, you can make Ray as strong as Gar if you want to, and that's certainly an option. Probably a very preferable option, since Ray also has other moves that definitely sets him apart. I think but Gar is kind of the hardest to actually make really effective in other areas. Like you could turn Ray into a mage if you wanted. He has a decent FAP, and if you work on his intelligence, you can make him into a powerful lightning mage. But It's a lot harder for Gar, though, because his AP is pretty pathetic. You essentially have to keep him on an AP master at all times to make him into a really effective mage. But that cuts his other stat potential in pieces if you decide to do that. I mean, it is possible with him, but it's certainly not as easy. Ray is a lot more adaptable. I mean, Ray can be pretty much be made into anything you want him to be. He's much like Ryu in that respect. Like, you can literally make Ryu into anything you want with the right master. And that's a pretty good idea. If you like the idea of having a certain class build, you can keep them the way they are. Or you can use master stats to basically actually change them into whatever you want. It's pretty great. Oh, now they're telling us they're making new songs. What the hell? That's just weird. What is this? Oh yeah, the end. Forgot. I never did replace the end. I really should show off something else. I mean, I may as well. Oh dear, you're already done. Okay, got the Bell Collar, Angling Rod, Belladonna, Royal Dagger, Holy Mantle, lowers chance of beating enemies. That's a little better. And we could buy Soul Gems. Really? Okay, the game's officially over at this point. Soul Gems are pretty broken. They can... Actually, I really should have saved those antiques and just copied them to make money really quickly. But money's not really hard to get. But, like, yeah. That's pretty ridiculous. I don't know if this other shop will be quite done yet. Because it seems like they're a little bit slower on the uptake. A little bit. Yep, kind of slow. But that won't be a problem in a moment. So yeah, Fairy Shop's very nice. Some of the best shops in the game, in fact. Okay, I don't know which is which here. Okay, I need blue. I mean dark blue. Okay, I need to figure out which is which here. I really don't. Which one is 3? It must be this one. Yep, okay. That's good. That's the one I wanted. Let's see if I can maximize potential here. Just to speed this up a little bit. Let's see. How am I doing here? I got 2 that are average. Is there any of you guys... Yeah, okay. Where is the one that had... Okay, there we go. That works. Let's see. So we have 1, 2. I don't think I have. Wait, yeah, I do. Doing some major reorganizing with this. There we go. Okay, that works. And now to just switch you over here so I can be getting more music. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be just putting you over here. Only one person needs to be at the end, after all. So yeah, that should be all I need to worry about. And while I'm at it, let's see, you're an inn, right? Yeah, you're the inn. Where's the music shop? You know, just to see what we've got. Okay. A lot. Like, we have about almost 20 songs already. Man, they learned that shit quick. Yeah, I did say that this would only take 2 sessions. It's not really all that bad. I need to go to the south entrance. It's easier to get back to the ferries from there. I do have more jobs to show off, but that won't take very long. That is until I get to the gift shop. That one will. I think that's about the only thing left that's going to take a while, though. And you know, that is good to know that I've almost shown off everything. Because the next time I get around to streaming this, we will be doing more storyline. I will have probably leveled up a bit with Ray. Hopefully gotten some skills from Imite. And then we'll be going back to the plant to see what's wrong with it. I remember the plant taking a while to actually complete due to how you have to progress in it. It feels like the game's slowing down a little bit. I wonder why. It's been a while since I've save stated, so I better. Now, some things that some players do with the Furry Village is they actually send people out on the Explorer, which I'm probably going to be showing off here pretty soon. Okay, sure. Hidden Dagger, chance of instant kill, and Nina can equip this, even though it's a dagger and not a wand. Huh. That's interesting. Probably be very nice for her to have, because the chance of instant kill would be better than overall damage with her. That's nice. Molotovs? Sure, why not? But yeah, I got some stuff I need to get from this. So that'll be sticking around for a little bit. Until I can get the money for it, anyway. But I have a feeling money will be hard to get very soon. Okay, so I think we've seen enough of the inn for now, so let's just show off something else. The casino. We don't really need anyone at the shops anymore, since oh, it's over here. Okay. High and low. Yes, I do. Okay, so... Oh, I see. Well, this is certainly interesting. I'll come back to that. Numbers. Okay, this one I'm not quite so sure. Okay. I'm gonna be safe stating here, because I wonder what the best price is. Okay, that's not it. Okay, I need to... Okay, so... Wait, he tells you the answer? Oh, $7.95. Well, that certainly simplifies things, doesn't it? What do I get? Spirit Ring. Really? Wow. Is that what I think it is? Oh, wow. Really? Okay, sure. Now, this is actually a really rare accessory that's really hard to get. There are two ways to get it. Oh, damn it. And, of course, my mom's calling me, so I'll be right back. Okay, so sorry about that, but yeah. I mean, it's kind of cheating to get it this way, but I will show off how a much easier way to get it. Although it does take some work, I'll tell you that. I'm curious though, what are the other prizes you can get for this? Okay. First, I need to know what the answer is. Okay. 238. Wisdom fruit, huh? Well, that's kind of nice. I'll keep that. Sure. $271. Oops. I was supposed to... Ivory dice? Damn. $296. Vitamins. That's still not bad. Yeah, the prices for this are pretty great overall. $369. Five guesses. Got multivitamin. Okay, that's not worth it. What happens if I get it in this, though? Multivitamin. Alright. And this. Healing herb. Yeah. That's getting us to some really worthless shit. And last place would be Rice Ball. Well, it's new, I think. I don't remember getting one of those. Okay, do you guys have your own minigames or what? I meant to say... Oh, so you can just change your name, I see. Well, that's kind of a neat concept. Oh, so you say the same thing, I see. Well, that's weird. Okay, so... What if I say set? What if I say yes? Huh. That's interesting. happens if I keep saying yes? It says 6-5 over there. Hmm. Oh well. Huh. I really don't know if you can benefit from that or not. But it's not too important. I think at this point, we might have be coming close to getting all the songs. Pretty close, yeah. So I've shown the casino. Okay, so now we need to show off the Explorer. Now here's where you have to really think here. The day trip, nearby, and distant are basically they're at different difficulties. Nearby has the highest chance of succeeding, but you get the least rare goodies for it. Day trip is the medium difficulty. You have a medium chance of losing a ferry from the expedition, depending on how strong they are. But you also get a somewhat rare item for your effort most of the time. Then we have distant. Obviously, this is going to be the hardest, but if they come back, then you can usually get something rare for your trouble. For the sake of expedition, you generally want to go with distant because you get the best stuff out of it. Just be aware you could lose ferries doing this. Very easily, in fact. Some people save before sending people out and then resetting if it doesn't work out. So they don't lose ferries constantly. I really don't like using expedition, though, very often. I'll probably show it off once. Okay. However, one thing you have to keep in mind is the ferry's stats. Or I guess not, because it goes. Okay, it's in the red. Yeah, you need ferries to be in the red fairly high in order to be good at this. So, getting rid of you. Oh, shit! Didn't mean to cancel out. And have you in the red go over here. If you go over here, who's good in the red? Like anyone? Well, you're somewhat effective at it. Still, I need at least one more. Okay. So I'm going to be getting rid of Jill, putting her over here, and putting Chirp over here. That's about as good as it's going to get, because I don't want to really get rid of any of my hunters that are good at what they do, because I'll suffer for that later. So yeah, that kind of sucks. My expedition team probably will not succeed very well. Oops. Again, don't know what I'm doing half the time. It also doesn't help that I've been probably streaming for about an hour so far, so I'm actually getting a little loopy from repetition. That tends to happen with me every so often. Now, when it comes to Expedition, I don't know how long it takes for them to come back from a distant, faraway land. I think the higher the difficulty, the longer it takes for them to come back. Which is a downside of Swords, because you could be waiting a while just for them to come back dead. With a pretty high chance, so you really gotta ask yourself if the rare item is worth it or not, or if you just rather stick with something less rare and just succeed more often. The thing is, though, a lot of the common stuff they come back with generally isn't that useful. Like, you can find those kind of items elsewhere, so it's really not as beneficial. And I'm really assuming a lot with the Explorer, because I might be thinking of Breath of Fire 4's Explorer, because I think they were handled differently. I know the Breath of Fire 4 Fairy Village isn't as good, because I never found it as enjoyable to mess around with. I will say I'll be glad when I've gotten a lot that I need from the shops, so I can replace them with gift and copy shops. That's my ultimate goal, is to make gift shops and copy shops around my fairy village so that I can actually benefit a lot from those items I'll be getting. Now, I'm not going to try to cheat too much in the game, because I want the game to retain some sort of difficulty, so that it's not boring for you guys. But it is nice to have access to the stuff, so that your characters can't get screwed over by master building. Because I plan on making Nina a pure mage with her masters, but her HP and defense does tend to suffer because of that. So it's good that you can steal stuff like protein and life shards, so that she doesn't get completely boned. I do appreciate that. My first playthrough, I didn't know how useful stealing was, so Nina actually died a lot during that playthrough. Her low HP and low defense just made her way too frail. But now that I know better, it's a lot easier to use her. The main problem that I have with characters like Gar, though, is that while they have HP and defense over characters like Nina, all they can really do is attack, though, to be effective. Same with Peiko for the most part. And I just don't find that very fun when they're basically a one-trick pony for the most part. Nina has a bit more range with what she can do, so I actually like that a lot more. Then again, she's a mage, so that really comes with the territory. Like mages are more versatile than fighters usually are in most cases. They just make up for it by having low HP and defense, so they're more like glass cannons. Which is fine. I mean, glass cannons have their place in teams. You just gotta be on the lookout for enemies that might want to single them out. If they're smart, that is. Uh-huh. We have one death already. But hey, 2 of them succeeded, so that's something, I guess. Oh shit, I forgot they can fail. Yeah, they sometimes fail to find anything, so that's another downside to that. But yeah, that's pretty much exploring in a nutshell. Hopefully you can find the rare items. Off screen, I might do some experimentation with explorers to try to see what all you can get through them. But in the meantime, let's show off the gift shop. The gift shop's probably the best. It doesn't really matter how good they are at any one category for the gift shop. You just need 3 fairies. So... and which one is it? Is it this one? No, that's the music place. Wow. So many items. Okay, you're not it either. Wait, I think it's actually the first house. I think. Okay, yeah. This will take a while to actually show off. Here's your present. Got a healing herb for 1 battle. Yeah, you guys need to work with me here. This can take a while to show off everything that they could possibly give. Antidote. I think I'm actually going to save state right next to the battleground to make this faster. Antidote. Vitamin. And still vitamin, okay. Sometimes it takes multiple battles, but we're not gonna run into that problem too much later. Oops. Well, I'm still getting songs at least. Vitamin still, okay. I think now I'm gonna start doing 2 battles. Still vitamin. It'll change at some point, because I know that's not as rare as it gets. If it was, it would suck. But, okay, how long's it gonna take for me to, upgrade that? A man trap, really? Haven't seen those for a while. Panacea, there we go. That's new. Still not too rare, but we're working our way up. Multivitamin. And still multivitamin. Has to be expected. Forgot to save state before I left, but that's okay. Firecracker. Wow. That can sometimes take a while. I'll live with that. Sadly, this is one of the most boring things to actually show off, considering how long it takes to show everything. But sometimes you just gotta deal with it. At least it's not as bad as showing off all the fishing. Definitely not. Icicle. Life Shard. Now we're getting into the good shit. Okay. At this point, every upgrade will essentially be a new stat item. In order to get the last item, though, we're gonna be here for a while. I don't know why I checked that. I pretty much know what it's gonna say. Still a life shard. Wow, really? And that was 4 battles. So you can see how long it takes in between item changes. Magic Shard. Under normal circumstances, I would certainly take that, since those are rare. But since I'm showing off all the different items, I'm not doing that right now. Maybe later. Why do I keep checking this? I know what it's gonna say. Magic Shard still. I swear I need to break that habit. I'm just something about that sign that makes me want to check it each time. Still Magic Shard, eh? Alright. It's gonna be changing sometime. One of these days. Power food. So at least we're moving up the ladder. And actually, pretty soon, I'm actually going to be making a backup save state now that I'm doing this. Because I think if you go over the max amount of battles, it will recycle back to 1. So just in case I mess up the amount of battles, I'm going to be making a backup here in a moment. Okay, we're at protein. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. You know, just in case. Still protein. Alright. They do eventually slow down. We are slowly running out of stat items for them to give out. Like, I think there's still the fish head and the, swallow eye. So... after that, we won't have to worry about showing things off for a while. Got a coupons. Huh. The coupons? What? Oh, I know what that is. That's actually an accessory that actually lowers cost for items. I forgot that was in the game. So thank you, fairies, for reminding me about it. But where'd the other two items go? Like the fish head and the other thing, the swallow eye. I didn't pass it, did I? I mean, there's only 5 battles. You wouldn't think I'd pass it completely. I don't know. I mean, I'll check it at an item list later for this, but I don't think that's the case here. Fish head. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I didn't think I'd pass those by. Yeah, that would have been just weird, you know? Still the fish head. Wow, they see a surprise attack on me. The higher your agility, the harder it is for the enemies to actually do that, so I'm kind of amazed. I mean, it can still happen, it's just not a common occurrence with these weak enemies. Wisdom fruit? Wow. So I guess there's another way to get wisdom fruit if you really want it bad enough. Still haven't seen the swallow eye. Not that big of a problem, I can always just copy it. But it'll happen eventually, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't think they'd leave it out. Not if they're gonna hand out everything else. I mean, that just seems silly, you know? Still wisdom fruit. And in case you're wondering, no, there is not an item better than the wisdom fruit for healing AP. 100 is generally as good as it gets, but personally, I don't really see that as much of a problem. AP cost in general doesn't go very high above that, even with your dragon form, so I think that's fairly generous. Wow, it takes a while to get past that. Still wisdom fruit. Gonna go ahead and refresh that extra save state. Because since I know I haven't screwed myself yet, if it's even possible, I'm just assuming. Like because I remember one time playing this game, I did get screwed over, kind of by that. And I can't believe I'm about to level up here. I've literally been fighting here that long. It's just absurd that you can actually do that. Still with some fruit. Man, it takes a while to upgrade past that, let me tell you. Still wisdom fruit. Damn. Still wisdom fruit. Okay, I think wisdom fruit is about as good as it gets until we get to the last item. That's what it looks like at the very least. And I think you need 200 battles in order to get to that point. And people are going to be thinking, 200 battles? Seriously? What could they possibly give you that would be worth that much grinding? Oh, it's worth it, alright. Is it ever? Go ahead and get that last fight in. Oh, nice. Wow. Okay, so... yeah, save state and try again. Still wisdom fruit. Alright. Still wisdom fruit. I gotta be close. Still wisdom fruit, so let's make another backup. Okay. Because I know I've got to be close. Because I think by the time you get to the wisdom fruit, you're at least halfway to the 200 battle mark, if not closer. So you do gotta be sure you keep an eye on the number. Because just in case it will overflow into restarting over, you want to be sure that you don't fall for that. Sadly, keeping track of battles all the way to 200 is quite annoying. And I forgot to save state. Still wisdom fruit. Come on. Thank you. Alright, here we go again. I swear I've got to be close. I keep telling myself that. One of these days it's gotta come true. Damn, Ryu! Not put up with any of their shit. Still with some fruit. Man, this is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to. Damn. Going to get this while I'm here because it's there. Huh. Wisdom fruit. Okay, a random ad decided to show up on my computer. I don't appreciate that. Okay, so save state and let's continue. Yeesh. Wisdom fruit. Like, seriously, people. At least I'm able to. At least I am really checking this every minute or so. So. Wisdom fruit. Now, for a lot of people, like, unless they really experimented with the gift shop, you wouldn't even known this item was here. You would have thought that Wisdom Fruit was the end of it, you know? They won't upgrade any further than this. Because look how long it's taken to upgrade. Nobody in their right mind would actually, like, keep trying, would they? But someone did, and they did find the legendary item from the gift shop. Which I'm hopefully going to be able to show off very soon. I mean, come on. Oy. Still freaking Wisdom Fruit. Wow. How am I not at 200 fights yet? I've almost spent an hour on just this at this point. I mean, I knew this might last a while, but I wasn't expecting it to take this long to show off everything. Damn. I guess that's what I get for thinking. This time I'm doing 6. Oops, but did not want to leave yet. Oh, come on. Wisdom Fruit. Now I'm just getting tired of this. Come on. I'm gonna do like 10 this time. Because, come on. Wisdom Seed? Like, wow. You know what, I'm gonna check it now just because we got that Wisdom Seed, and I'm kind of hoping I didn't screw this up because I want to keep that. Okay, well, at least I get to keep the Wisdom Seed. But yeah, like, seriously. I think it was a Mage Goo that dropped that. Extremely rare, but it can happen. Having a high level probably helps too. I'm now faster than the boss goblin. Oh, nice. I know one time I played this game, I have tested this to see that it's a legit thing. So I know it exists, so it's not a myth or anything. Like the Goo King Sword debacle on GameFAQs, where there are still people to this day that believe that the Goo King Sword does not exist. I mean, I'm sure it does, but like, I think it's kind of hilarious just how bad that actually got on there at some point. Where some people actually, one didn't want anyone to even talk about it because they didn't want to have them lying, in quotations, to people about something that didn't exist, and I'm like, it's in the game data. Like, you can't say it doesn't exist. And you know, this guy, whoever he was very obstinate about that. I mean, yeah. That's pretty ridiculous. There it is, the Shaman's Ring. Finally got it. Oh man, that's the last thing. I mean, I can do one more battle or whatnot and see what happens. To see if my theory is correct here. Okay, never mind. I guess it doesn't reset. But, like, yeah, this is the legendary item. Oh my god. 200 battles. Okay, damn. Lower CP usage by 25%. Never mind. Spirit Ring is actually better. So, I'm guessing that's the only way to get this, is through that casino game. Wow. 25% is still good, though. I don't know if you can stack these. I'd actually have to test that. Actually, I want to try that with someone else. Like Nina, for example. So her stuff would normally be... I think just equipping it shows it. Okay, yeah, so... Yeah, they don't stack, definitely. So Spirit Ring will ultimately be better. If you can get it without tearing your hair out trying to figure out the number game. But yeah, that's pretty nice. Actually, you have a lot more AP, so I'm just going to equip a Shaman Ring on you and put on... Ring of Fire, I guess. You, however, can be given the Spirit Ring. Ryu has a lot of AP, so I'm not too concerned about him. Plus, I don't think that affects his genes. I mean, it might, but I doubt it. But yeah, that's really good for Ray. He doesn't have as much AP as other people do, so that would really be useful for him. Especially once he gets Shadow Walk. So yeah, I showed off everything in the gift shop, and it's very useful. However, the last thing I need to show off is the copy shop. I'll get rid of the gift shop for now, and show what the copy shop is for. Once I get done buying out everything I want from these, I'm going to be turning a lot of these into copy shops. The copy shops are a bit of a risk, though. High risk, high reward type of thing. You can make copies of items, but it can fail, and you can lose that item forever. Depending. Do stats really play a part in this, though? Yes, they do. Okay. So you want... Okay, so I really need another one with full blue. Light blue. And there you are. Okay. Oh, that actually works out really well for me, then. If they're both... If all three have a full light blue bar, then... Oh, and I never put you in anything, actually. Well, I'll put you in there for now. Now, that's actually really helpful for this, because if they're all maxed out, then they have a high chance of success. It's not guaranteed, but at least you have a much higher chance than normal. This will be the last thing I need to show off, so let's do that. Gonna make a backup save for this. So... Okay. I don't think it matters what the item is. It has a pretty high chance of succeeding. You'll loose the item. Different word. Yeah, that is pretty good information, though. Okay. And let's see. Oops. And let's just try Brandy. Sure, I could just duplicate a fish. That's a thing, right? Okay. Now let's see what happens. I believe as long as you save right before you go in, if things don't work out, you can actually reset. I think. I'm gonna have to look into that to see if that's really possible or not, but I think it is. I mean, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't, but maybe the game is cheap like that. I forget how many battles you need to do. I think it's like 10 before they're done copying. But 10 isn't that many. So it's certainly a lot better than how long you have to wait for the gift shop to start stocking the stat items, because that takes forever. Copy shop is definitely the way to go with that. Generally, the more you have, though, the better you're gonna be, since you can copy a lot of things at once. Keep in mind, though, that fairies have to have a high light blue bar to be effective at that, otherwise they'll be failing more often. So, yeah, that could be a possible problem for you. I'm bad at keeping up with the number of fights, so I'm gonna get as far as I think I can here. I think this is 10. Well, let's see just how bad my luck is, shall we? Let's see. Let's finish copying. Yep, I was pretty much right. Oh, Illwood, this was a success. Swallow eye times 2, yay. Oh, shit. Oh, you get the item back, though. Okay, so at least you don't lose the item if they fail. Good to know. So you actually don't need to worry too much about that. For some reason I was thinking that was a risk, but I guess it really isn't. The most you do is you lose time. And that's not so bad. Again, maybe I'm thinking of Breath of Fire 4, because I think their Fairy Village is considerably worse when it comes to stuff like that. Yeah, I keep thinking of reasons to rant on Breath of Fire 4, even though I do like it. But yeah, that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. Final thoughts on the Fairy Village? Freaking awesome side quest, I love it. Like, the amount of options is really great. Like, you can have a lot of fun just messing around with stuff here. Like there's such a great selection of things you can do with it. And I just love the charm of it. Or at least, I love the charm of it in this game. In Breath of Fire 4, I thought it was considerably less charming. In general. So... but I'll get more into that later. I'm pretty sure I've bored you guys half to death by now, just showing off everything in the Fairy Village, but still, I wanted this to be professional as much as possible. I wanted you to see everything come to pass. So, but with that, I've essentially shown everything. And I've even gotten all the music from the looks of things. I mean, obviously, I would have got it by now. Nothing new in the message board, of course. So let's see how many songs there are. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 39, 40, 40 songs, okay. So, that's actually pretty great. I'll get more into the music itself once we get farther into the game. Since there are some songs that we haven't heard yet in the game, and I don't want to spoil that, so... But yeah, that's pretty much everything. I hope you guys got at least some enjoyment out of that. Man, it's 4 a.m. here already, and I started this at like 2, I think. So... Boy. Oh, according to my settings here, longer than 2 hours. It's more like 2 hours and 20 minutes. Damn. Okay, yeah, I've definitely got to stop then. Thank you guys for watching. Next time, we will be going through the plant and figuring out just what's wrong with it. And hopefully get Ryu back into the King's good graces so we can, you know, get past the checkpoint. Fun times are waiting, but thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.